What in the world happened? Ready? Look at that face! One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, I don't know what happened by the time this thing went live. My computer, everything just went black for a few seconds. But I am live, I think. It says live up there, so we that's part of what we made it last night. Oh my goodness. Man, I'm glad to see y'all here tonight. We got a rock and rolling side chat already going on out there. And just looking to have a wonderful time tonight. We got some great folks back there in the green room, and we made a big old pot of ham and brown beans and cornbread. So they probably got their bellies full by now. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for coming here tonight, and we'll start bringing some people out here. And so first of all, I'd like to bring out Bubba, Tricops Ballistic. How you doing tonight, buddy?
How to do, ladies and gents? How to do, fellers, fellerettes? What's going on, guys?
Oh, doing all right tonight?
Oh, pretty good. I ate some chili back there, and the rest of the guys have told me that I'm not allowed to eat chili anymore around them. And I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean. I don't know. But I do know that if cars ran on methane gas, I could probably run like 6 or 7 cars at once. So I think we'll be good.
Good to see you tonight, buddy. Glad you can make it. Up next, we have JH586. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Better than I deserve. How y'all doing?
Doing great. I brought ham and brown beans. I don't know where Bubba got chili at. To you.
That's what I was going to say, man. Look, I appreciate all the trouble you go to, and maybe we went over budget week before last when we have the 1,000 subscriber. Or was that last week? I can't remember. Anyway, man, I don't do beans, so I hit the drive-through at Wendy's on the way. So there's that. Sorry, man. There was too many nights when I was a kid where that's all we had was.
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely.
I remember being a little bitty kid, like 8, 10 years old, saying, "When I get big, I'm never eating a bean again in my life."
Oh, I totally understand that, brother. Well, thank you so much for being on tonight, Jamie. I sure appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, man.
So up next we have Ron Wayne and Misty Wayne. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great, doing great. Thanks for having us on here tonight. And look at all those people out there in that side chat. All the great, awesome? All the great channels out there too. My hat's off to everybody, really.
Hey guys.
Hey Misty.
Yeah,
man, we sure appreciate y'all showing up tonight.
Well, thank you. That chili or those beans were great. That chili, I don't know where he found that. So.
Well, oh my goodness. Well, I sure appreciate y'all coming on tonight. We got a fun night planned. So anyway, we'll keep bringing people on out here. And so up next, we got Pat in the bunker. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Even after last night, we had a good chat last night, then we had a good side chat after that, and the side chat right now, from when I started up my second screen right now to now, holy cow, that side chat is rocking. out
Yes,
there.
they are.
It just keeps growing. So thanks for having me on for a second night. This is night 2, so it's been a blast. It really was. Last night was a blast, and I'm looking forward to tonight. So thanks for having me on, and all these gentlemen that are in here right now and that are coming on. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for being on tonight, Pat. We appreciate you. Up next, we have Walter. Yeah, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks for having me on again, Hillbilly. I always appreciate the invitation to come and participate with the folks here in the panel and on the side chats. A great bunch of folks out there. I do got to issue something of a warning too, sort of along Bubba's lines. About 15 minutes before I came on, I ate a big pot of stir fry, and I'm talking a big pot. So I was already hungry by the time I got into the back room back there, and so those beans tasted pretty good. So I don't know. We've got an earthquake warning already. It's got set off here in California. So
Oh no!
when you see my picture go blank, you guys, it's for your own good.
Dang.
So
man.
we're happy to be here. There's
Well,
Moo.
we hope you stay safe, buddy.
Yeah, I can get my helmet on.
There you go. Yep, I don't know, man. Never been an earthquake before. That'd be pretty spooky to me, I would think.
Well, I'm working one up right now. You might be able to feel it.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Well, thanks a lot, buddy, for being on tonight. And up next we have AR Guns 1776. Elliot, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good, man. Thanks for the invite. Good to be here with you guys. Luckily, I ate sharp cheddar cheese. No beans tonight. So great to be here, though, man. Appreciate the invite, like I said.
Well,
Looking
glad
forward
to
to
have
it.
you, buddy, as always. And up next, we have DJ Play Nice. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. Glad to be here.
All right. Man, I'm so glad you can make it. Oh, man. I think we got a good night planned tonight. If you missed it, we did a little fill-in show last night since Gary and them was at TriggerCon. We just did a quick little pop-up show, and it ended up lasting quite a long time, but doggone it, we had a lot of fun. There's no doubt about that. So, but anyway, I just want to thank you all for being on tonight. And anything special happened to anybody this week? As far as like 2A and stuff?
Well, I did find out just now. Actually, I found out what's the cause of that earthquake. It is not going to be natural, Walter. That's Gavin Newsom's wig fell off his head. You know, all that grease and oil in there just fell down, and it's starting a rumble effect. So found that out. And I also found out that New Mexico's governor has no brain cells whatsoever at all, because both sides absolutely hate her right now.
Well, yeah, we just don't do politics on here, though. But if we did, that'd be awesome.
The bad corner of the country to live in down here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. So anybody else have anything 2A this week go on?
I got some shooting done this week, and 3 or 4 videos cranked out and ready to upload over the next couple of days. So that was fun.
That is awesome. Well, that's great. So anybody else?
Yeah, I actually went to the range today for the first time, and I think it's probably the first time since I went to Dead Zero, man. I mean,
Oh, wow.
that's pathetic, man. But shot the Beretta APX, and the video stinks. Don't watch it. The gun's not even in full view, so there's that.
Well,
I'm rusty.
So, oh boy. So we got some topics for tonight. I think will hopefully be interested. People will find them interested. So anyway, we'll roll out the first one. And first of all, I want to shout out the members that had joined the channel. I sure want to appreciate y'all very much. Gizzard Gary, DJ Play Nice, Info Bros, Ron Wayne, Campbell Properties, Pat in the Bunker, Tactical Fudd, Michael Dunn, Right Thing to Do, and Rich White. So I just want to thank you all so much. That's really going to help the channel out. I'm going to put that money back in towards the prizes that we give out and everything. So I just want to thank you all very much. I really appreciate you a lot. And so let's get on here to this first topic. We're going to start out talking about single shot firearms. So what, like, do you have a single shot firearm, and is there one that you'd like to have? I mean, I know a lot of people, we talk about a lot of automatic weapons and everything, but I mean, there's a, time and a place for single shot, I believe. And so we'll just go ahead and we'll start down with you, DJ, and we'll work our way around the room, buddy.
All right. Well, a lot of single shots in my collection because I've been chasing after Iver Johnson single shot shotguns for about a decade now. That was my first firearm, was a single shot 16. Yeah, I love the things. And as far as collecting them goes, really affordable to get into some of those, to single shot firearms in general. Besides shotguns, I got a couple of 22 bolt actions, also Iver Johnson. Imagine that. Nice. And beyond that, I was kind of scratching my head. I can't think of any others right now, especially not in handguns. But yeah, that's me, and I still chase after them. Haven't been to a gun show in a while, but it's a great spot to pick up good things. That's what I got.
All right. Is there one particular one that you would like to have? Like if you've seen it at the gun show, or and I mean, maybe if money wasn't much of an object, but is there one that like you really kind of like, man, I really like to have this one? There is one other Iver shotgun that I would like to pick up, 410. I don't remember the model, but no, that's about it. I don't chase after them too much anymore. It's more just kind of a nostalgia thing based on that first 16 gauge that I had. That's awesome, buddy. That's some sweet collection there. So appreciate it. AR, Elliot, we'll go on over to you, buddy.
Gosh, I haven't owned a single shot shotgun. I think that was my first gun, was a single shot 410, and then I had a single shot FIE 12 gauge. Bought brand new in a pawn shop for $29 in the 70s. Outside of that, I can't think of no single shot I'd want at this point. Can't think of anything.
Yeah, Defense Dad Sky might qualify as a single shot there.
I would take a double barrel Coach gun, kind of like Jamie's got, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, buddy. Well, thanks a lot. So Ron, you got any single shots or any that you'd like to have?
I've got a few shotguns. I've got H&Rs, different gauges. I've got an old Springfield 12 gauge single barrel. Stevens Model 15, 22. Yeah, you know about that one here, Billy.
Oh, yeah.
Black powder. If you're talking about single shots, I got a Thompson Center 50 cal White Mountain carbine. I love that black powder 50 cal.
Oh, man.
And, Miss Wayne, she's got a 410.
Yeah, my 410 would be my favorite single shot.
Yeah.
Black powder would be cool. Yeah.
Is there any out there that you would like to have that you don't have?
I don't know. I think one day I'd like to get either a reproduction, probably have to be a reproduction, but one of the old Browning low walls. I would. Oh yeah. I've always wanted one of those single shots. Just something about it. Yeah. Or a high wall, either one. Classy guns.
All righty. So, Scotsman, Val's still having his rifle for the 911. Okay. I knew last video say he's like going to do it for just a little bit longer, and then he's going to, have the drawing. So I didn't know it was still going. So, yeah, guys, you go over and check out Bald and Curious. Got a really sweet 10 millimeter 1911 over there that you can get a chance to win that for $50, a donation, and that goes to help out Lakeview Outdoors, his wife. So make sure you jump over and check that out. All righty. So, Pat, what you got, buddy? You're muted, bud.
You're muted, bud.
Yeah, sorry. Got too many things going on, kids and everything else. Having to shout through the bunker up to the upper level. Anyway, yeah, no, I got an old HR. Love it. I mean, it's just been reliable as the day is long. Then I've got I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this one before or anybody's ever shot one, but I've got an old Hobbin where you actually it's a cork action and you load it. It's a single shot and you pull the cork. And they called it the old cork action. And you just pull the striker and everything out. It latches and boom.
Wow.
Like that. It's really cool. It was my grandpa's, and when he got it, he actually took the foregrip off and put his name and the date and everything that he got it on it, and then put it back together. So it's really cool, and it is a straight shooter. I don't know who made the Hobbin. I don't know if it was a subsidiary of anybody. I've never really looked into it that hard or anything, but man, it's just a cool, lightweight 22 single shot gun. It is freaking awesome. And that's what I learned to shoot with when I was coming up with that little 22. And it was dead nuts accurate. Love that gun. And my mom won't give it back to me.
Well, that's really sweet. Oh, so Walter, what do you got? What do you have, and what would you like to have if you don't have it?
Not much, in fact, next to nothing, and next to nothing is one, and that's all I have. That's a single shot, and it's a little bitty, cheapo, 22 short Derringer, single shot. It was a prize that I won at some event 45 years ago. I've never shot it. Kind of a cute little gun, but I've never shot it. It came in this little presentation case thing. I don't even know who made the thing, but it was kind of interesting. It just sits in the safe mostly because I don't want to go buy 22 short ammo. But that's all I've got. That's a single shot. That Rossi Brawler 410 45 kind of has my attention. I don't think they're legit in California at the time. At the moment, they might be at some point, but that looks just a fun range toy to me. It's not expensive, and as a single shot 45 or 410, it kind of looks like it'd be a kick to have one of those. But nothing else really on my radar.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, buddy. So Jamie, how about you, buddy?
Well, y'all saw one of mine in my first gun video. And,
yeah.
The little Sears Ted Williams, which was made by Ithaca, and you went out and found you one after that.
Yeah.
They're so cool. Little lever action single shot. I have a New England Firearms. I think it's a partner, but it's a 20 gauge, and I bought it in probably 89, 90, somewhere around in there. Love that shotgun. I can hit birds. I'm telling you, man. I don't miss a skeet with that thing. Of course, when they throw the second one, I'm still reloading. So there you go. And I also have a Ruger number 1 and 300 Win Mag that it got left in the back of a Tahoe for over a year, about a year and a half, and it's all rusted up and runt. And I'm working on that, but you'll see it on the channel when I get that finished. And you guys talking about single shots are relatively inexpensive. You go pricing a Ruger number 1, you'll find out different real quick. They're not cheap, and they are tack drivers, man. They are fabulous guns. But the one I wished I'd have bought, and I had a chance to buy one with 2 barrels for $550, and I kicked myself for missing that deal. And that's Thompson Center Encore. And I really would love to have a Pro Hunter. And the reason is you can buy barrels for anything for like $300, and play with whatever caliber you want or whatever cartridge you want to play with. So that's the 3 I have and the 1 I wish I had.
Wow. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there, buddy. So how about you, Bubba? I know you got at least one.
Well, I've if you count the Glock that I have or had, I've had 4 because it only shot once and then would fall apart every time. But if we're not going to count that, I do have 3. I have the New England Firearms Partner 410, and I have a New England Firearms Partner in 20 gauge, and then I have the 16 Center in 20 gauge. I'm not even sure who makes that. Actually, I think it's Emperor Firearms, and the receiver is made by somebody else. I'm not 100% sure what that. It's a Heinz 57 20 gauge single shot. I mean, but the price I paid for it, I mean, I can't really complain.
No kidding.
They even pay $1 for it. I mean, come on, man, that's pretty great. Didn't even pay transfer fees because it was sent to my buddy's pawn shop. So
no kidding. Transfer fee for the FFL was way more than what that thing cost now.
Yeah, I know, right? My buddy Bill saw how much I paid for it over because it was on the listing. He goes, "Yeah, I'm not. No." He goes, "I'm just going to let you have this one." Just take it. And he started laughing like crazy. Oh, but single shots. One, have their purpose, especially in this might just be me. But especially in the reloading community, I think single shots do a lot more justice. Say you got like a rifle you don't really want to test a new round out in. Like I'm reloading 300 Blackout right now, and I kind of want to get a single shot 300 Blackout just so that I don't ruin my AR that I have in 300 Blackout. So I think single shots serve their purpose just for that, just for calculating, whether or not it's going to work or not or function or not. I mean, you can't really test the, whether the bolt carrier group's going to, kick back the shell or eject it or not, whatnot. But you can still test and see if it fires decently. Yeah. So I believe single shots have their purpose in the reloading community as well, not just cheap way to shoot. But I do love single shots. Single shots are a lot of fun. I've always wanted one 300 Blackout, and I'm wanting to get one in 350 Legend too. But yeah. I love single shots.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of like Jamie. I grew up with that little IFCA lever action 22 single shot. And at that age, I mean, you'd be surprised when you practice enough how quick you could load that thing. Oh, man. And I remember seeing a guy at a skeet shoot, and just for like messing around, he was shooting a single shot. I think it was a 16 gauge or 20 gauge. I'm not for sure exactly, but he was shooting double skeet with a single shot, and that kid was good. He he catch one, break, hit the barrel, drop it. That shell would pop up, and he had the other one going in just as that was going out, and back up and could catch the second one. Like I said, he didn't hit every double, but I mean, he hit probably. There's some guys there shooting doubles, and he probably shot as good as them, if not better than some of them. And that was quite the thing to watch. I got the little 410 single shot. I like it. Of course, it's my grandfather's, but it's good to have in case of a snake or something like that, and I like single shots. I also have another single shot. And me and Ron Wayne was talking one night, and couldn't find out he has one too. It's just an old, cheap 22 or bolt action single shot, and so need to get that's going to be a winter project to get that thing kind of restored and stuff. But single shots are great for training, people's new shooters. That's in my opinion, that's a great way to start out, especially somebody young or something like that. One shot and then the gun's clear, and not a threat anymore, with after it's been shot. So I like those. I had a Thompson. I only had at the time as a pistol. I had one barrel with it. No, I had two barrels. And I really liked that gun. And so that's something for my single shot that I'd like to have. I'd love to have like Thompson collection, Thompson Center firearms. And I mean, those things, they just shoot wonderful. Easy to change out the barrels for different calibers. So I'd love to have a collection of that. There's no doubt about that. So anyway,
Yeah.
we had somebody come in. Pardon?
Sorry, but I was going to throw something on top of that.
Yeah, we had somebody come in the back door there. Hey, Mark. I just now seen you. I hope you ain't been back there very long.
Nope.
Okay, well, good. So how you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I was having trouble getting connected.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Well, we're glad you made it in, buddy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we're just talking about single shots. I know you have at least one single shot. So what single shots do you have? And is there any single shot firearms out there that you'd like to have?
Oh, goodness. I've got quite a few. I've got some single shot 22 bolt action. I've got a single shot Ithaca 22 Magnum, just like yours.
Oh, nice.
Got a single shot break action 308 NEF that I just love for deer hunting. So there's quite a few. Make sure to take your time, take your shots, make sure that every single one counts. It's just a nice way to do it.
See, yeah. Is there any out there that you don't have that you'd like to have maybe in the future?
Yeah, I guess maybe there's a few, but I didn't really get to say hello. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, and hope everything's been good for you. The weather's been treating you well.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, boy.
What do you say, brother?
Ron, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Blessed.
Good. Jamie, Walter, Pat.
See you, Mark.
Elliot, DJ.
Hey.
Sorry, I had a little trouble getting in. Been a long day. Been up since about 5:30. We had a good day. Seth was out with a good AR airsoft event. They had some rain, but they played through it. Had a real good day. So, just glad to be here. Hoping I can stay awake through everything. It's about 10:45 here, East Coast. So
Yeah,
I'll stay with what I can.
Right. Well, we appreciate you being on, buddy. That's for sure.
Yeah, great to be here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, we have another topic lined up here, and yeah,
Sorry. Hey,
go ahead.
sorry. I was going to finish my thought
Oh,
here
I'm
on that.
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I do have one more on there. My oldest boy, he's been learning on it since he was 7. You probably can't see it, but and I can't touch it, but it's kind of fallen over. I've got a Rascal back there, single shot,
Nice.
that we've been hunting bullfrogs with, and we've been getting bullfrog legs and all sorts of fun stuff. And he on iron sights, great. I mean that kid he missed one the third time we went out and went bullfrog hunting. He missed once out of 12 bullfrogs. I mean, he was sniping them in the head. They were just like that, lights out. He was shooting lights out. I mean, but I went ahead and got the scope mounts on there, and now I've got a little 4x40 on there. And now he's having to relearn the gun all over again, but it's great because it's just a single shot going through there, and he's having a blast with it. And I thought he was dead accurate with that thing on iron sights. Man, this kid is going to grow up to be a sniper. I ain't kidding. I mean, I am so proud of that. I am so proud of him. Man, he can put. We were shooting Legos at 35 yards with that thing, and he was just sniping. And I was like, holy cow. Because he got tired of ringing the steel, and he was like, Dad, I need something smaller. So I went, just to be a just typical dad move. I was like, okay. Well, I set it up on a table, and it was just itty bitty, just like about that size. I set it out there on the table, and I said, all right, if you can hit that, I'll give you $5. He shattered it, and I was like, okay, well, here's your $5. So, oh man, he is a shooter, and I love it. But that's the other single shot that we have down here, and he is just, man, he's had about a year and a half behind that one now, and he knows that gun inside and out, tearing it down, cleaning it up. It don't matter. He just knows it inside and out. So that's another fun one, and it is accurate. Holy cow!
Yeah, that's great for a young person to be able to get really used to a gun like that and just be so comfortable with it. At least it was for me, and that is so good, buddy. Man, oh boy. So we got another banner. Since we're kind of on this, I thought, well, we did like the single shots, but let's also go on to like another firearm here and kind of the same deal, but we're going to talk about the lever actions. And so, I thought, single shots, lever actions, some of those are not like, I mean, like there's a lot of us that really like them, but there's not a lot of discussion on some of those sometimes. So it's more towards automatic, semi-automatic, stuff. So anyway, I thought, we'll just talk about this for a little bit and see what lever actions that you have, kind of the same deal with the single shot. And is there like one out there that you'd like to have? And so we'll just start back down with you again, Mark.
Oh, as far as lever actions, I would love to have a 44. I've got my eyes out, and probably going to be a Rossi, whatever presents itself first. Just something to carry with that 44 Ruger that I picked up. Maybe do some hunting with it. makes a nice big hole. Just be a pleasant cartridge to shoot with. That's pretty much it for me.
Awesome. That's some good stuff right there, buddy. No doubt about that. So we'll jump on over to you, DJ. So you got any lever guns or any that you would like to have?
I have one, so I get to be in Jamie's club. It's a lever action 22. And imagine this, Ivor Johnson. That just came to me because people know that I'm the Ivor Johnson guy. I know, but that is my lever gun. So I do get to be in that club, and I'm proud to be a member. One that I would like, just about any other. I really like the looks of several of the things that a couple of the modern manufacturers are making, but I also have a taste for some of the older guns, and I wouldn't actually mind having one that was still safe, but what other people would consider a barrel a little bit shot out sort of thing, because I kind of hover down on the lower end of the purchase price side of things, but that's where I'd like to be. Another couple added into the collection would be fun.
All right. That sounds great, buddy. Yeah. Those are some nice little Ivor Johnsons, are some nice little guns. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I like them. So, well, all right, Elliot, how about you, buddy? You got any lever guns, or is there any that you'd like to have?
I've had lever guns. I've had 30-30 in the 1970s. I've had a 35 Remington brand new back 2010, which I traded in. I wished I hadn't. I was looking the other day, and I seen the 44 Marlin is out for about $1,000. It was actually in stock in one store. And I told my brother about it, and I said, I'm going to buy that in time. I only want two guns. I want a 30-30, and I want a 44 mag lever.
Nice.
But so that Sportsman Guide, they're out of it. But I did see it in stock. I can't remember what store it was in the other day. But I shot that gun a lot when I was young, because a friend of mine I went to school with, his father had one, and we used to get to drinking at night, and we'd go ride around the car all night long, and we'd take the rifle with us.
Well, that's awesome, buddy. Well, thanks a lot, Elliot. So, Ron, I know you guys got a few lever guns, and is there something that you'd like to get also that you don't have?
Oh, well, to start with what I don't have, I'd love to have a 95 Winchester. That would be my dream gun. I'd love to have it in 30-40 Craig. That would be a dream.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
To match my rifle. But I don't know. I'd have to narrow it down to my favorites. Those who watch my channel know I've got a few. My 92 Rossi is at the top of the list. My 357. That's probably the only rifle that I can shoot that I know where it's hitting exactly, and I love that rifle. And outside of that, probably my 94 pre-64 Winchester. That 30-30 is probably up there too. So,
nice.
And,
yeah, those.
I don't know. I could go on and on. You kind of put me on the spot. I could go on and on about lever actions all night, but I don't want 22, 94, 22. That's my thing. Of course, I always lean towards Winchester. That's just me. I got to shut up. Go ahead, Pat.
No, Ron. We're talking lever guns. So if you've got some more stuff you want to share by all means.
I appreciate that. I could just ramble about that.
Oh no, he'll
night.
talk forever. He'll talk all night long about lever guns. Yeah, for real.
Ron, you are a guy after my own heart, because man, just like Jamie and half the panel here, man, something about lever guns, man. I
said it right. I said lever. I didn't say lever.
There you go.
Lever.
There you go.
We're hanging with the
lever guns are cool as heck.
Yeah, I love me a lever gun.
I'm a son.
Lever.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. I'm
I
half
can't
done.
help it. I'm a hillbilly. I say lever.
Oh, Misty, you'd be right here at home in Nebraska, right where in my silo. So you're more than welcome up here anytime. You're more than welcome around my campfire anytime.
What that you say,
In my
Bubba, that
state, I
one
can't even
time?
argue with him.
Lever is a gun and lever is what a feller does to a woman.
No,
Something like
lever's what you do when you find out she's a Glock fan.
I love lever guns. Yeah.
Lever's what you do whenever they find out they're a Glock fan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the lever, like the soap, like Lever 2000.
Leave her.
Yeah, lever to the cleaver. Anyway,
Yep. Lever to 2000. Anyway, we are having fun tonight. This is a good time. Anyway,
before I get into too much more trouble, let's move on.
Okay, who did that? That was hilarious.
I'll give y'all one guess who did that.
Sorry, I had to.
I tried to hide it
I've
from
been
him.
waiting on that to use that slide whistle.
I tried to hide it from him, but he found it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway,
If they ever put a soundboard on StreamYard, it's over.
yep. Oh,
Nobody's
good
gonna have to
Lord.
like ban me for using it.
It's going to be sound effects, and that's about it.
We got to focus up. Go ahead.
You just
Anyway.
hear, "Beep, beep, beep, beep."
Anyway, I will use the appropriate nomenclature, lever action, because that's how I pronounce it anyway. One of the best ones that I've had so far, and it never let me down. I'm going to go on a little bit of a storytelling trail here. When I graduated college, I went out and I'd never had a brand new gun to me. So I was like, I got all these guns gifted, from grandma, grandpa's, and everything. Anyway, I went out to Walmart and I got the Henry lever action. Nothing fancy, just the regular lever loop, the small one, just round barrel, just plain Jane. And it was their display model. And I haggled with the guy and I got $20 knocked off of it. And that was my first gun. And that is still, to this day, my favorite lever action gun to shoot, just because that thing is so dead nuts on. But I do have another one that has not seen the light of day, and I have to go get it for my cousin. It is and I can't remember the exact model number of it, but I literally have to handle this one with gloves on because it's never been shot. It's only been out of the box twice. It is a Kansas Bicentennial 3030 gold plated Winchester. And it's got the gold coins embedded in each side of the stock. And this thing is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I'm telling y'all, it's octagonal barrel. It's got the buckhorn sights on it, and it just looks the part, but it is absolutely beautiful. I have to go get it, bring it down here with his permission, because it's his and mine, because we're both half owners in it. And I have to show that off some night. That thing is just absolutely beautiful. And it is in 3030. But getting away from that one, if I had to pick one in a lever action I would absolutely love to shoot, I would love to do the Hornady Leverution 357 through a big boy on that. I would carry that in my truck every single day on a Henry big boy Leverution 357. I've got, I I love the round. That's
Yeah.
that's just all it is to it. I just love the 357. It's been accurate. It's been reliable. So yeah, that's my Leverution right there.
Yeah. That's awesome, Pat, man. That is got story there, buddy. That's awesome. Yeah, those big boys, this is nice. I don't have one. I would like to have one myself too, So but Walter, what do you got, buddy? What do you got in your possession? Is there one that you would like to have? Maybe we should.
Well, yeah,
there's
still one that I'd like to have. Yeah, I got a cabinet full of them. I got a whole bunch of Henry's octagonal barrel brass receiver big boys. I got a 357, 44, 45 Colt, 45, 70, 38, 55. I have the Golden Boy, also octagonal barrel, 22, and I've got Bertie's copy of the original Henry 1860 in 4440 or 44 WCF if you prefer that nomenclature. And I've got my old Winchester Model 94 that's getting close to being 50 years old. The two that are my favorites are that Model 94 and the 1860 original Henry, the one that you can load on Sunday and shoot all week. That's a really cool rifle to load and shoot. So yeah, I got a couple. I like lever guns. They're fun to shoot, and those pistol calibers are great because you can pair them up with a nice single action revolver. In fact, I started a short series some time ago with all of the ones that I have in pistol calibers. I still got one more to do. I haven't done the one in 45 Colt yet, so we got that video to work on here, and that'll be paired up with a real nice single action Army clone from Uberti that I have.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So anyway, those are mine. I like them.
So, like, you still can get quite a few lever actions there in California.
Yeah, anything that's commercially available. They're not affected by the California's roster. It's a handgun roster, primarily, and absent the AR semi-autos that have mean and evil black features on them that they don't think we know what to do with. Lever guns are all legit. I still am working towards getting one in 41 mag, but I want the revolver for it first. I don't have a 41 mag revolver yet.
Oh, nice.
So looking to make that match up before too much longer.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I love having multiple or like different guns in the same caliber. I don't know. It's just, you can take out 3 guns and only 1 box of shells, So, I mean, it's just, I enjoy that.
kind of the whole point with a lever gun like that, is you can wear your holstered sidearm and carry the rifle and you got it made, I'll shoot the same ammo.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I don't know, they make a 45-70 pistol.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I shot a 45-70 one time, and it's a sweet gun. I was younger, and I knew it was just going to kick the fire out of me, and so I flinched pretty bad when I shot it. But I'm like, okay,
see, you just got to learn to reload. Then you can tell everybody. Then see, you see this big old cartridge here. Here's what we call a 45-70, and it'll knock a lesser man on their butt. And you load some little mouse fart round in there, and go.
So, Jamie, how about you, buddy?
Let's see. Of course, my first gun was the little single shot lever action, so we can't forget that one.
Yeah.
I have the Marlin 336 and 3030 made in 1954. I have one made in 1974, and I have a 336 and 35 Remington is made in 1980.
Wow.
have a Rossi 92 and 357 Magnum that traded with a buddy who's out in the side chat. And still, every time I pick that gun up, I think of him. So
That's awesome.
that is awesome. And one I think that's all of them I've got, but I really want the Marlin 44 mag, like Elliot down there. That's I'm saving, and my local gun stores are on the lookout for me one. So
Oh, nice.
hopefully one day soon I'll have that, and it'll probably be right after first of the year because I blow the budget at Christmas. But yeah, man, thanks for talking about that. I love my lever actions.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, you have to go on up there north where Ron and Misty are so you can shoot a lever action. You ain't shot one of them.
It's all right. Bless his heart.
So, Bubba,
Hey, I'm
about you,
ambidextrous.
bud?
I say it both ways.
Yeah. If anything about Kentucky, considering the fact that they live in Kentucky, both of us apparently say it two different ways.
That might just be what part of town you live in or something. You just never know. I mean, that's kind of like the soda, the Coke, or soda pop, or whatever, situation. Everybody just says it different. So,
It sure does depend on how you were raised, who raised you, and where all of that was. Yep.
yeah.
But fine. I actually get to get in on this now. I actually get to see because I got one right there.
Yes, you do, buddy.
There. So yeah, Jamie can get off my back about not owning a lever gun, and so we're getting to move on from that one right there. He's probably going to get on to me because of the fact that it is a wooden stock, but at the same time, yeah. Yeah, no, I have the 22 mag over there, and honestly, within 5 shots, I had it sighted in at 50 yards for iron sights, and that thing is a tack driver. It is an absolute tack driver. As a matter of fact, it's one of the videos I'm currently editing. I've had to do the intro over like 5 or 6 times, and then I got the hat for my birthday, so I was just like, all right, now we got to go full on. We got to go full on cowboy for this one.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love lever guns. But just for the sake of it, lever guns. Yeah, no, I just got sick. No, like I always wanted one chambered in 4440. Just because that was the original caliber that the original Winchester was developed in, and then it moved on, 45 long Colt or 45 Colt because there's no short Colt. So I don't know where long Colt came from, but
that makes it sound better.
No, that 45 long Colt. There's no short.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not.
Yeah, it was the 45 Schofield, and that was the confusion.
Uh-huh. Well, Schofield, and what was it? It was Schofield and the 44 Russian was another one or whatever. That was a big. I'll get into that in another video. I can't discuss that right now. But I always wanted one in 4440, and I always wanted one in 45 Colt as well, just because cowboy guns. They're cowboy guns, man. You gotta have them chambered in that, and I absolutely adore them. I think I think anybody that really puts a scope on one though is doing a disservice to a lever gun, but that's just me. But no, I love lever guns, and I love the one that I currently got right now. I've never been able to shoot a 3/4 inch piece of steel from 50 yards with iron sights before in my life, ever. Never have I ever. And man, I had a lot of fun shooting some steel. It was the first time I actually shot steel. It was the first time I got a lever gun, so it was They now hold a very, very special place in my heart.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's a lot of
Can I
fun.
interrupt here just for a second?
Yeah, you bet you, bud.
Bubba, if you deer hunt with your lever actions and you live to be 61 years old like I am right now, I guarantee you'll have a scope on a lever action. Say,
Can't,
you get
can't
to a
do
point
it.
where you can't see no more, so it's either quit shooting them or put a scope on them. That's a no-brainer every time.
I have a over-under scope on my Marlin 30-30. And
I just took that off of mine. And,
didn't use the under.
well, no, it lifts. I want my scope as close to bore axis as I can get it.
Yeah.
When it's up there where you can see through the bottom, it's just, I took them off, and I've got 2x7s, 2.5x7s on both of my 35 and my 30-30. And the older 30-30, I haven't put a scope on it because it's not, it is, it's drilled and tapped, but I probably won't put one on that one. But yeah, you get to a point where you can't see that front sight, you'll do something, even if it's wrong.
Yep.
Oh, I ain't arguing that. There'll probably come a time when I put one on there. I ain't arguing with you there, Jamie. I just say for right now, I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're talking about, Bubba. Man, that's it's nice. Like the lever guns and iron sights. I mean, they just work. But like Jamie said, man, when you're having trouble seeing those sights or whatever. Oh man. Oh,
Although I
nice.
doubt I'm ever going to hunt a deer with a 22 mag, so I think I'll have one.
There you go. I'll interject real quick. I got a quick story on this one. That scope that I gave away last night, that was on top of my Henry lever action 22 when we were doing those 25-yard shots on paper. And I just went up there and practiced with the guys. I never really went into competition. I did one and did pretty good through the first half of the paper, then sucked after that. The barrel warming on it, I didn't have a bull barrel or anything. It was a great gun for about the first 10 to 12 shots with the Norma X tack running through there, and it was great. I was bullseyeing those papers. Then after that, once he got warmed up, even though I was trying to run out the whole time on it because they give you X amount of time on that paper shoot. But man, that 25 power scope on top of that lever action. Whew, man, I could take a flea off a dog's back at 35 yards, man. I could snipe them. It was fun. But, after about the 12th, 13th shot, she was starting to warm up too much. And
yeah,
she just kind of fell apart after that. But not a bull barrel. But it was fun having the scope on top of that lever action because that thing was, if I put one back on top of it again, man, I'd be bullseyeing just about anything out to 100 yards with that little girl.
Yeah, definitely can work when you need them to, especially like I said, guy sights or whatever. But
I want to make this small statement if I can.
Yeah, you bet, buddy.
So anybody that wants to do something to their gun, if it works for you, do it. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to condemn anybody for what they do. You like to have a scope on your lever action, go for it. I don't see the problem in it. Just to me, I would not.
Yeah.
But anybody else that wants to do it, do it. Go right ahead. If you feel more comfortable doing that, do it for you. It's for you. It ain't for me. I mean, you're the one going to be shooting the gun. It ain't for me. It's for you. No, so don't take anything I say as gospel. Don't go out there and say like, oh well, Bubba said that. No, God, no, don't do that. Well, Bubba said I should do this. You really listening to a guy that was named Bubba? Come on, man. No, don't do that. You'll be walking around. People be trying to sue you for chili farts and all kinds of other stuff. So like, just don't do it. Don't do it. You know, do you? Don't do me.
So
sorry, I had to get that out there.
No problem, buddy. So guys, make sure you get in your hashtag HBN40. We will be having a drawing tonight for sure. And we'll do that here, about 15 minutes probably. So, yeah, that's great live chat out there for sure. So me, oh man, I have quite a few lever rifles. Just mainly that was my first gun, so I just kind of fell in love with it. I'm trying to think when I had my first automatic rifle, because they were, well, I guess 22. Yeah, I had automatic 20, semi-automatic 22. But most of my stuff, a lot of my stuff was lever actions. I got I got some different Marlins back there, and just a few things like that. One thing I was going to say, I forgot to say on the single shot a while ago, is my grandfather had there's a single shot over and under is a 22 long rifle on top and a 410 on the bottom. And I love that gun. I believe one of my uncles has it right now, but if I find another one of those, I'd like to have another one of those. That was a really good single shot that I enjoyed a lot. For me, it's like if the squirrel or rabbit was sitting still, you use 22. If you missed and it took off, then you shot the 410 side of it. But man, lever actions, there's quite a few I'd like to have. I really like to get a 22 mag and a lever action. I don't have I got one of those, but I'd like to have another one. Probably a Rossi or Henry or something. I'd love to have a 410 lever action. That's something that I'd really, really like to have. I don't know, 410 lever action. I just thought it would be pretty nice to have. Then one reason I say that, like, if you're shooting around like your farm or something like that, if you do have to get rid of a small varmint or snake or something, you don't have to worry as much about the ricochet and stuff, with the 410. So that's one reason I like that, and I'd love to have the 410. Lever action. Of course, I would like to have a 44, like you guys. I don't see why anybody would not want to have a 44. So
I seen that 410-22 combo the other day at a gun store.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mentioned to my brother.
Like to see one.
What was that one we was looking at? What was that one we was looking at, Hillbilly? Remember me and you was on Gunbroker. It was over and under 30 and 20 gauge, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was a bigger caliber. Yeah, it was. I want to say it was something like a 30 and 20 gauge, but yeah, I guess you could have a 20 gauge slug, or I don't know, but yeah, that's a little more than what a little higher power than what I would have used for one of those, but. It was pretty neat. I remember that gun that night.
I wonder what the step up to it was. So it was 30 and 20 gauge, right? So it's going to be 12 and I don't know, 45-70.
45-70 probably. I don't know.
50 BMG with a underslung grenade launcher would probably be
board.
the next would be the next step.
Big
We're going to call
board.
that Uber Bore from now on. We're going to call that an Uber Bore.
Nice.
Although they do come out with a 700 nitro BMG, so that's a thing. That's
Oh boy.
Really?
No, thank you. No.
Hillbilly,
Yeah.
we need to give Jamie a second here. He needs to get going.
All right.
Yeah, you
Oh.
bet.
Thanks, Walter. I appreciate that. It's bedtime, guys. I got church in the morning, so I'm gonna bid y'all a fond farewell, and hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend.
All right. So,
Hillbilly,
Night,
thanks
Jamie.
for having me, man. And
thank you for being on. And is there anything you'd like to plug before you get off here, buddy?
well, just that there's a bunch of us guys. Thanks, Alaska One, Andy. When you're tomorrow at 5:00, a lot of us are doing videos to help our buddy CW with his losing his wife, and her name's Sandra. So look for #Sandra. This one's for you tomorrow at 5:00, and they should be quite a few videos popping up. And as always, we'll do the Friday night live stream on the Georgia Shooting Connection, and I got 308 stuff coming, and I'm scrapping it and starting over. Got a different format I'm going with, so
Looking forward to that, Jamie.
Well, thank you so much for being on tonight, buddy. Always appreciate you.
well, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Good night.
All right. God bless you,
Thank you, Bill.
brother.
Later on.
Yeah,
Take
thanks
care,
for
bud.
letting me know that, Walter. I get so much to go on here. Sometimes I forget to look in the private chat, so appreciate that.
If any of you guys are interested in the new Marlin 44, Field and Stream has a review of it. One of the first ones off the line. They take it out and shoot it.
Nice.
Ooh. Nice. Sorry, I just repeated, but I love lever guns. I'm a
yeah.
nut.
A lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
a
the
little bit.
hashtag right there. MC put out there. Sandra,
Yeah.
this one's for you. So, you guys be watching for that hashtag, the videos, and hopefully you can put that hashtag in and you'll be able to catch everybody's videos that use that hashtag. And so I got mine already shot and ready to be released tomorrow. So,
Yep, mine's up also.
Mm.
but yeah, if you haven't got to shoot one, there's still plenty of time tomorrow, so 5:00 Eastern time is when they'll be released. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I'll try to get one out. Man,
It didn't have to be much,
yeah,
Yeah,
we can read
just-
just some little short. Mine's not very long, and
Mine's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes something. So not a big deal.
and I hate to rake on this, but people that are gone before their time. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, just like Jamie would say, and I probably can't put it as eloquently as he can, but Lord's got a plan for us all.
yeah,
So I hope the Lord's with him, and I really do, because I've been through I've been through a very similar situation, and it hurts.
Walter, would you like to elaborate on Gun and Wild One still there? You just kind of talking about this one's for you, Sandra, and so
Oh, yeah, sure. So Gunwild, all we're doing is putting up a short video, hopefully with the one round fired, just in remembrance of CW's wife, Sandra, so that he'll have a collection of videos to come back and look at and just kind of see all the folks who had connected with he and his wife at one time or the other, and have something to come back and look at. And he had kind of asked in a lot of different ways that we don't send him money and we don't do anything else special for him. So this is just kind of our way of doing something special for him anyway.
Yeah.
And so there's, I don't know how many we're going to see. It might be 4 or 5, and it might be 50 videos. So we put them out and scheduled them to all pop at the same time at 5 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. So, and there's no other special designated format that it has to be. You know, you really don't even have to get out and shoot anything. You can just sit there at your bench or something and say something nice, you know. But better short than long. You know, we don't be too long-winded on it. So that's kind of the story.
All right. Well, thank you for that, buddy, and welcome. She fires. She jumped on here a few minutes ago. Welcome.
She's been on fire lately. She's doing a lot.
No doubt.
I think there's somebody in the back chat right now.
Oh, okay. Let me see who it is.
Oh, no, it's Rich. Don't add him.
Gee, yeah, thanks.
Love you,
Not a
brother.
problem, Rich.
Jamie must have let the door open when he left. And
Yep.
We just got done. We just got done on my channel doing the Notre Dame Ohio State game.
Awesome. But that was fun.
Oh man, it was a close game. Came down to the very last play of the game.
Those are always
Ohio
fun.
State won 17-14 on a late touchdown.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay, so getting back to the hashtag on there, where do they actually send the videos?
So
Does
you
that have to
just
be to
post
any
it.
certain spot?
No, you just post it on your channel, but somewhere in your title, just use that hashtag, and it's all small caps, you know, all one word, and that's kind of how a hashtag works. If you put caps in it or spaces
Right.
or special characters, then the hashtag actually won't pick it up. So if you just in your title somewhere, just put hashtag Sandra, this one's for you, and it should correspond
Pick it up
with
and collect it.
the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You bet.
I think
So,
you can put it in the description
Okay.
box also, and it'll get
Yeah.
picked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd like to do something. I got something special that would be awesome. So
that's
cool.
great, man. I know CW would sure appreciate it. All that from everybody. So
yeah, man, that just man, I know that hurts.
Yeah.
I know it hurts.
And he knows we're doing it, and he's looking forward to seeing what's going to be there. So
awesome. Well, he's a good dude. He deserves it.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
Just thoughts and prayers to him and his family.
So everybody, while we're talking here, make sure you get your hashtag HBN40 for the drawing. We're going to have that here in just a few minutes, and then of course we'll have some more fun topics, you know, after that. But we'll go ahead and get that drawing done here in just a few minutes. So make sure you get that hashtag in.
I got to respond to Moo up there. He said, "Don't let me on because I'm going to keep you up all night." Moo, that was your fault because I kept trying to tell you good night and get out of there, but you told me to keep going because I had you thinking. So don't give me that. It wasn't me. That was all you.
Right, Rich? Right? I was there last night.
You were there for part of it. We went for another hour and a half after you left.
Oh, good Lord. I slept till 11:30 the next morning. I finally slept 2 hours the whole total night, 2 nights before. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, Woods is out there ready to win again tonight.
After last night, is Woods allowed to enter anymore? I mean, good Lord.
Yeah,
Right?
if you didn't catch the chat last night, we had what was it, 4 giveaways or whatever. But Woods won the first one, he won the second one, and so then we was trying to do a three-peat for him. He just could not quite win the third or fourth one, but anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good night.
All righty. So make sure you get those hashtags in. We're going to go ahead and do this giveaway. And then we got some more fun topics to talk about.
And on top of that, I am letting go. We'll do a separate drawing for this one. But anybody who is a ammo collector and they saw the Friday night, I'm going to give away another one of these sleeves of the Russian ammo for the snipers out
that's
there.
sweet.
I'm gonna give out. I'll give out another one tonight since we're on your channel. I'm gonna give out another one.
Awesome.
So anybody that likes this old 7.62 by 54 Mosin Nagant stuff, or just likes the antiquity of it, go ahead and put the hashtag in later once we get that all sorted out. But I'm gonna give another one.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do that drawing next.
Yep.
So yeah, that's awesome of you to do, Pat. That's some sweet stuff. And I guarantee you I'm going to enter that drawing tonight because
That's fine.
Love
it's
that.
free for all.
Oh boy. So I want to show you guys here what I'm giving away tonight. It's I've been giving this knife away for a few weeks now, and everybody seems to like it real well. It's just this little slim pocket knife here. It does have a belt clip on it, a window breaker, and yeah, yep, and it opens so easy. It is so smooth, and it is sharp. So anyway, that's what we're going to be giving away tonight for the first drawing. And so that pulled up. I'll pull that up here. We got 32 entries. So anyway, we're going to wind this thing up and give it a spin. And this is for the knife. So here we go. Tactical Rabbit. All right, buddy.
Hey, M1.
Awesome.
Nice.
Congrats.
There
There it is.
Oh,
all right, buddy.
here
I'll
we
write
go.
your name down here. All right, buddy. Send me an email, and with your address and stuff and name, and I will get that mailed out to you, bud. But congratulations on that. That's awesome. So
You'll like that little knife. It's handy. That's a handy blade. Single blade, real simple, and it's real slim line. It's out of the way when you don't need it. I like it.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, when I had a subscriber sent me that one, and they're like, "Oh, I love this knife, and I know you give away knives, and you might like this and want to give some of these away." And I absolutely did. I loved it, and so that's how that kind of came to start. But let me get up another hashtag here real quick, and we will get started on that one for Pat Shells. That is awesome that you're doing that, Pat.
That's not a problem. I mean, it's one of those really rare ones, and it's just like I would love more people to be able to enjoy the Mosin Nagant, just because they're not as cheap as what they were about 10 years ago when I was buying them 3 at a time, but they're still affordable, and it's a rolling piece of history
Oh
because
yeah.
it's still used today and everything. So I don't know. I guess that's my connection to the gun and the ammunition.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely a piece of history there. So to get in the drawing to win the ammunition that Pat will send you, type in hashtag HBN40A. So, which I guess I should put B, I guess, but I mean, first one didn't have a letter, so hopefully I don't get anybody confused. That wasn't very bright of me, was it? And also, Bubba, it is starting to rain here, and we got some thunder. So if you guys lose me, you got the wheel there, don't you, Bubba?
Oh yeah, I got the wheel.
All right. You ain't been
Transmission
drinking.
shot, but we got it.
Drinking behind the wheel.
Transmission shot, the brakes are out, but I got it.
Yeah, well, hopefully I won't lose connection here, but just in case. So, yeah, look at those hashtags piling in there. Everybody's like, I will take that.
Well, if we learned anything from Dale Earnhardt Sr., you know, the sidewall is the brake when you ain't got no brakes. All right.
Yep. Agreed. Been there, done that. Probably Hillbilly has been too.
Hot brakes are out. Let's use the sidewall.
Look like we got some spelling going on out there.
Oh gosh! Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
Oh,
no!
I just noticed that.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here
yeah.
it comes. Stand
by. There it is.
That's classic.
Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect. Perfect. Bubba, I love you, but you deserve that.
Mark's picking on you, buddy.
Oh, that's funny.
That's marked with a K for Glock.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Scotsman says, I'll take some of that.
Yep. And just like I said, I mean, this is just, you know, it's just a piece of history. And I absolutely love history, whether it has to do with ammo or with the gun. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's the Mosin or the Garand or anything. That's what I could collect at the time. So that's what I got. So I would love to have a Garand, but holy cow. If you want an original Garand, woof, wow. They're expensive.
You wanted a Garand.
Yeah,
four major guns of World War II. M1 Garand. You got the Kar 98K for the Germans. You had the Mosin Nagant, and then you had the 303 British.
Yeah. I think I showed this to you last night, but this is some old ammo that collection. It's 7.62 by 39, and
yep, the old green.
Yeah,
the green case.
Focus there. It's made in Russia, and yeah, these things are pretty.
Those
wild.
Really hard to find now. Those are really hard to find.
Yeah,
I've got 2 in my lot, and that's getting really hard to find.
And you know, if you don't have the kind of dollars to be purchasing the firearms that some of that ammo goes into, it's kind of a nice way just to touch the idea. And there are so many different ways to collect within ammo. I mean, head stamps, eras, manufacturers, all of those things. Yeah, it could be pretty interesting. And also, when you go to take a look at, say, gun shows or collector shows, that's a lot to look at in just a small space. So there's plenty of action pack inside that. And Pat, you happen to mention, whether you say Garand or Garand or however it goes to the CMP. There's a link I'm dropping in the text chat right now. That's the Civilian Marksmanship Program. They re-arsenal 45s, the M1s, and like go ahead and take time to check that out after the show. But that's one way to cycle into a system where you're getting it from the original issuer, not the company that manufactured it, from the government itself. This is a government, a civilian marksmanship program through them. So check that out after the show.
Oh, wow.
Has anybody on the panel ever worked through the civilian marksmanship program to get something?
Huh.
No, and unfortunately, I've heard of it plenty of times, but it's like DJ said. I would have loved to have got on that earlier when I was younger, back in my 20s and everything. But that would have been totally awesome to get on those old marksmanships. So that sounds totally awesome, because you're up against everybody else with old military rifles and you're shooting. And it's just like, man, you can just about bring about probably 4 to 6 on different calibers and stuff shooting through there. Because I know Hornady back in the day, I don't know if they do it now, unfortunately. I don't think they do. They had the 147 grain 7.62 by 54R stuff that they match ammo that they released just to do that program. But I don't think they do it anymore on the Hornady side anymore. And that stuff, I've got like 2 boxes left. And that stuff right next to the stuff that I'm giving away right here was, nice. Very nice.
And you happen to mention,
really good groups.
Right on, you happen to mention Hornady. That's Nebraska Strong Hornady. I know we've got a bunch of reloaders here and out there. That's good stuff from right here in my home state.
Yep.
On the M1, any of you guys watch a Kentucky Ballistics channel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you all see the video, like 2-3 weeks ago now, where he demonstrated why you don't just shoot any 30-06 through an M1?
Yeah. People
I
don't
didn't catch
realize
that
that. You can't use the new factory ammo. It has to be specific for Garands.
Yeah. He put an overcharged 30-06 round in there, and it just blew that rifle to pieces like it was nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not chambered for that. Like there's that 30-06 is like that we know it today is not the same as it is back then. So you have to like kind of taper it off a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks. But anyway.
At least this time it was intentional. It wasn't like when he blew up the 50 cal and almost killed himself in the process. But he's got a good sense of humor about that. I mean, he's always joking about the scar and everything. So.
You kind of have to when death stares you right in the face like that, for sure.
Mm-hmm. If you don't, it's gonna drive you crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they ought to just about call him Kentucky crazy. Like you said, Kentucky crazy, because that man just going out there, all that big bore stuff that he shoots and everything. It's like, I wouldn't even want to touch half of the stuff that he even shoots.
Did you ever see the video where he sets the record for the fastest unloading of a 500 Magnum, and he had Jerry Michulik being the one to time him? He was using a 3-inch 500 Magnum to do it. He did it in under a second. All 5 rounds.
No, not
How's
this
that
guy.
even work?
No less.
How's that even work? Have to check that out later.
Yeah.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, it's raining really hard. My service is kind of cutting in and out. Sorry about that, everybody.
No, you're all
Oh
right.
my goodness. So anyway, guys, you got the hashtags in. Let's go ahead and draw and see who gets to win this nice piece of ammunition that Pat is graciously giving away. We have 18 entries, and you know what, doggone it? With everything cutting out, I forgot to enter. I'm going to enter this, guys.
Go for it. I wouldn't mind Hillbilly having some of those antique ammo.
Oh man, I'd love to add that to the collection. All righty, so we're all in here. Let's get this thing winded up and give it a little spin here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yes.
Rigged.
I'm
Yes.
never going to hear the end of this.
Yes.
Nice,
That
Hillbilly.
that he wouldn't mind giving it to him.
Congrats, man.
Awesome.
Hillbilly gives away so much other stuff. He deserves to win.
Yep,
this.
he does. Look at his ride whistle. All right.
By
Well,
my dad.
I'm gonna do my best impersonation. Well, Hillbilly Nation just won some 7.62 by 54R ammo. It is sniper grade, and here we go. So, this is your prize.
That's great. I love it.
You forgot to say yeah in there somewhere, Pat.
Yeah.
Or buddy.
Buddy.
Yeah, Hillbilly, I actually know. I mean, Pat's razzing you a little bit. I know somebody that actually tunes in and really likes to hear you say, buddy. So,
Oh man.
All right, well, this is yours, buddy. Buddy.
All right, buddy. Buddy, this is yours, buddy. Yeah,
Well,
buddy.
thank you. And oh man, I appreciate that. I know I feel bad for winning it now.
No,
Why?
hey, man, you give away so much stuff. It's about time that you collected some awesome stuff too.
well, I appreciate that, guys. But man, you guys all just bless me, more than you'll ever know. You guys make my day better, and I just want to thank you all. And so, oh man, that is
Well,
exciting.
now you know what you got to do. Now you know what you got to do. You have to go out and you have to go buy a Mosin, and you have to go to your range and you have to do a review on it.
Yep.
Well, I can probably find a chamber I can kind of hammer that into, see if she'll shoot.
Not
Oh, my
advisable.
goodness.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a long day for me. I'm going to sign out. I'm going to head to bed. Good night. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.
Good night,
Mark. Mark.
Good night, Mark.
Good night, man.
Thank you
Rest
so
well.
much
Have
for
a good
being
one,
on.
Mark.
Anything you want to plug real quick before you jump off of here?
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm too tired. Good night.
Hey, Mark, how was
Good night, Mark.
Seth's match today? You said he had.
Real good. Had a real good day.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
Take care.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Mark.
Have a good one, Mark.
evening. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I was hoping for you, Hillbilly. I was like, yes, finally he wins something.
I
Yeah,
was hoping
great.
you wanted just so I could say rigged.
No. Nope. I usually I do that. I put a hashtag rigged in on there, but I was like, nope, Hillbilly deserves it.
Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, I got some other topics up here to have fun with. Let's see what one sounds great.
Oh, we lost Ron.
We did.
Yeah, he's
We
got
get
some internet issues.
Storms. Maybe he'll try to get back
Yeah.
on here in a minute. Let's
Yeah.
see. Okay, yeah, this one right here is this. So I want to throw this banner up, and I want to give DJ a chance to read this, and I'm going to let DJ kind of take this one because we all love music and all that stuff, and you know, I don't know if anybody loves music and stuff more than DJ does.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, he's even got in his name, DJ. So,
Indeed. What do we got?
right. So here you go, buddy.
I'm going to have to catch up and remember my screen is like really, really small. So it's going to take me a second to actually get to where I can read that.
Okay, it says, make believe. What band would you want to be in and what instrument would you play? Or maybe you want to be a singer. So,
Wow.
anyway, DJ, I'll let you take care of this one. Yeah, you throw it around the room, however you want to do it, buddy.
Man. Well, thanks for making me top of the key. I got to run through what it would be. Like my first impression was I need to be a lead guitarist. My second impression was no, I want to be the front man. My third impression was maybe I should be behind the drum kit. I mean, a one-man band. I can't think of one that I would like to swap in for. But back when I had the range with my voice, it's always had the low end, but I used to have a lot of high end. You know, I would like to because he has all of those skills and has a voice that was par excellence, made a contribution to music through more than 4 decades. Prince, man known by one name or one symbol. What an incredible talent. Minneapolis, one of the favorite sons of Minneapolis. And there isn't an album that I do not enjoy something from. And there are several that I can still listen to coast. It's been a hot minute. But I was actually speaking with somebody about Prince just a couple of days ago. So maybe that's why he popped into my head. Rich, you're right down there. What about you, man? I know you used to play bass. Are you going to be a bass player in a band? Which one would it be?
Yeah, well, let me just jump on with what you were saying. Prince is probably the best guitarist to ever live. Hands down, bar none. That man could shred. If you've never seen his Super Bowl halftime show from the mid-2000s, he was playing Jimi Hendrix better than Hendrix could.
It's a surprise to a lot of people, for sure.
Yeah. If you've never seen Prince actually on guitar, you need to find that on YouTube and watch that, or watch the tribute that they did where they had Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, Eric Clapton, who played the solo originally on While My Guitar Gently Weeps from the Rock Hall of Fame a few years ago. Right after George Harrison died, Prince played the guitar solo and left Eric Clapton's jaw on the floor.
Wow.
So anyway, to answer the question, DJ, Metallica, and yes, I would be on bass, and it would have to be Master of Puppets era.
Oh, wow. Nice touch. I like that. Holding down the bottom end for us. So slide whistle. I'm not sure that, Ron, I'm not sure that there's a slide whistle I can think of in a band, but maybe you got one. What band would you like to be in historically, and like what instrument would you be jamming on? And we may have to wait. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can you all hear us?
Go ahead.
It's coming in and out.
Can you hear us at all?
Yes, sir.
Yep, kind of.
Yeah.
But they might not be able to hear us. So while Ron and Misty work that out, let's go back up. Let's go swing around the corner to Walter. Walter, something tells me with that hat. Okay. Ron and Misty. Ron, go ahead. Well, we are having some issues.
Hey,
We're going to try to keep it.
lagging pretty bad. I'm not going to mess up his show. You all take care, and we'll catch
fine
you
now.
on the next one.
You're loud and proud now. If you can hear us. You got us?
You're good, man.
I do think it's technical difficulties, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you can hear, we're like 60 seconds or a minute and a half before it's really messed up on our end. It's hard
Yeah.
to concentrate. So I play the slide whistle. How's that?
That's awesome. I will now have to try and find a song in popular
Okay,
music
guys.
that used the slide whistle. I can't think of one
Super
right
Tramp.
now.
Super
Tramp.
slide whistle.
He's got an answer right away. Rock on. So, Walter, I just had the image of you being a blues man with a harmonica going kind of thing. What do you got, man? What band and what instrument would you do?
Oh, I got a few guitars laying around here. I haven't played much. I've played and sang my way through college quite a bit, actually, but I haven't done much since then. So, in fact, I got no. There's nothing there right now. I'd cut my fingers on nylon strings right now. So I don't know. Something to have fun with. Let's see. Let me go back. Yeah, Sergio Mendes and Brazil '66. Who's heard of them in the side chat? Anybody besides me?
Yeah.
I like their sound so much. When
Yes,
they
sir.
first came out, because I was alive and well in 1966 and playing in a band too. I won't even tell you the name of them because it's not good for office or anything. But anyway, the guy, our lead guitarist's name was Vernon Dixon, and we were VD and the Carriers.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I shouldn't admit to that, but and that's about how bad we were.
Hey,
too.
man. That's a perfect
No.
name for 67. Especially
Yeah,
in
but
summer
I
of
like
67.
Sergio Mendes and his outfit. He picked up a couple really good female vocalists back then, and actually kind of cooked up their own sound at the time, and it lasted for quite a while. So I liked his stuff, and I guess I said that because I was listening to some of his stuff today, so it was in my mind. But there you go.
Right on.
I'd be playing guitar with him.
I'd like to throw down some Mendez licks with you. That's a great band, and I haven't thought of or listened to them in a while. So thanks for that. Right on. So
Yes,
crossing
sir.
over here to Elliot. Elliot, what make believe? What band and what instrument?
Beatles rhythm guitar. I'll take John Lennon's place.
Now, would you we were talking about the instrument, but would you also be the vocalist that he was? You got a voice on you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Right on, Pat. I'm curious. What do you got?
Actually, I did used to play and sing in a band back in the day. Lester Junction. We are on YouTube. And going to make a comeback here in the next year or two. But anyway, I used to sing a lot of AC/DC Bon Scott era. And I used to do TNT, Whole Lot of Rosie, and a couple other songs on top of that. And I was playing bass at the same time. And there was a couple different places wherever they had a rail where we were kind of fenced in. I would get up on the rail and I would play the bass guitar on my back and sing at the same time and just scream. And I used to have a blast doing that. And everybody said when when The Voice was trying to pick up a new singer for AC/DC, everybody that was at our concert said, "You need to go there. You need to go do that right now." And I was like, "No, I'm not that freaking talented." And everybody kept giving me some money. Just fucking go. And I was like, "No, I ain't gonna do it." But
Well,
AC/DC, Bon Scott era stuff, I can sing pretty good. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but I can sing that stuff pretty good. I can scream sing pretty damn good.
Well, Pat, I talked to you at the closeout day of Thunder on the Prairie 20 this last year, and we did have a conversation. I'll remind you about forming an all-star YouTube band for Thunder on the Prairie #3. So I'm going to hold you to that. And Pat also has a talented daughter who plays an instrument, and she said she would be along for that. So if there's anybody that wants to come to Nebraska next year and hang out with some YouTube creators and have a good time and bring an instrument, that would be a blast. So Bubba, I'm curious, man. What do you got? Make believe. What band? What instrument? You gonna sing? What you got?
Don't anybody say Meatloaf either.
Oh,
Don't knock
No,
Meatloaf.
there is a resemblance.
Meatloaf is an angel. All right, a fat angel, but he's an angel.
Talented.
Blue Oyster Cult as the electric cowbell. No, I'm kidding.
My
gotta
God,
have more
cowbell.
cowbell. Gotta have more cowbell. If I was to be in any band or anything like that, any choice ever. So this is actually a hard one to say, just because. Yeah.
Come on, Bubba. Come on, Bubba. Come on, Bubba.
I would have loved to have been in the band Atreyu, and I would have loved to have sang the I believe it's Alice Cooper's song Poison, or Alice in Chains song Poison. I would love to have sang that in that type of setting that Atreyu was.
Good.
I absolutely loved Atreyu. They were one of my favorite bands growing up. The Remembrance Ballad showed like every ounce of vocals that each one of the people in that band had, because they proved that they could not just be hard metal or hard screamo or anything like that. They could do whatever they wanted because they had that vocal range. So it would be between them and Slipknot. Just not even really to play an instrument good, just to be on stage with Corey Taylor, because that man is a godsend. He has got the best vocal range. I've heard him sing opera. I've heard him sing a cappella. I've heard him sing several different ways. That man is a godsend, and I would have loved just to have been on the stage with him. Forget playing anything good. Just being able to say, hey, I was on stage with him would be enough for me. So that's why it was a hard decision, because Atreyu was one of them and then Slipknot was the other one. And just, yeah, I appreciate anybody who has a range of vocals.
well, I was surprised to hear both of those bands, and Slipknot. Wow, an Iowa band. And I've had the ability to see them several times in the last couple of decades. Those are good picks, but man, if you're going to say Slipknot, you just want to be on stage, grab a garbage can and start banging on it, right?
That's true. I could take Maggot's spot and just start beating the living crap out of a trash can.
Yeah, of everything. Yeah.
Clapton can play a guitar back in the day, but he struggled to play Hendrix style at one time. That's actually history.
Yeah.
So.
Well, speaking of guitar, the man up in the corner, our genial host, I know that you were a guitar player. I know that you were in a band, but I don't know too much about it. So tell us about that experience after you say your make-believe. What band and what instrument?
Well, man, this is really hard. I knew it would be for a lot of people because there's so many choices. I was a big fan of Prince, and this Steve Ray Vaughan, so many people that everybody's been talking about here. But like, if I had a chance to be on in a band, I think it may have been Huey Lewis and the News back in the day. They just seemed like they had fun.
Awesome.
I mean, they just seemed like they were having the time of their life, that was definitely one of them. But it's like, man, it's so hard to, there's so many that you want to do, Skinner, it'd be great to be there with the Allman Brothers, there's just so many, it's so hard to nail down just one. But I love to have fun, and he listened the News, they just seemed like they were just having a lot of fun, and so that would be one of them. And as far as the instrument, man, I couldn't make my mind up, because I like playing the guitar, the bass, the drums. You know, I have experience on all of them, but not very good on any of them. You know, one of those deals. You know, so man, uh, and yeah, we did have a band back in the day and stuff, like a lot of people did. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm kind of like Walter. I ain't got any calluses on my fingers very much anymore, but you know, every now and then I'll pull down, you know, 6-string or something, and you know, plug it in, and you know, just kind of do some jamming. You know, there's just certain tunes. You know, when I get that guitar, like I already know without even thinking the first like 5 different songs I'm going to lick on it. You know, I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, just the warm ups, and you know, it's like, it's a lot of fun, man. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this topic.
No doubt, absolutely.
Oh, it's been a blast.
And there are a lot of great. Go ahead, Rich.
I was going to say real quick, if anybody's wondering what song it was that Supertramp used the slide whistle on, it was the Logic song.
Okay, right on. For Breakfast in America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm always glad and happy. Thank you, Hillbilly, to talk about music and anything in that area. That was cool. That was cool. And I, like you and like many others, and I'm looking out some of the text chat answers, it's hard to pick just one. It'd be great to be in like an all-star band kind of thing. Yeah, for sure.
I thought of one while Hillbilly was talking. Be in Rush, play bass so Getty can concentrate on vocals and keyboard.
Right on.
What was it? So I actually have something else to say on this, because you know, listening to new music nowadays. First of all, a lot of them ain't got no heart anymore. A lot of them ain't got no heart, no soul anymore. When it comes to singing, everything's like an algorithm thing for everybody. Like what pitch to hit where, what pitch to hit where, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And the last. And I can't believe I'm giving credit to this genre, because I really don't like it. Well, not anymore, because I liked it when it was, you know, just starting out. But rap, there's 3 people that actually have a talent when it comes to singing and writing down lyrics themselves. And that has been the guy that everybody says that I look like for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it was the older pictures of him, but Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is an amazing singer.
Oh yeah. And
has a wide range of vocals as well. And then Post Malone was okay. I actually like him as a person. As a person, Post Malone is a good guy. Just that alone, and the heart that he puts into his music is another reason. And then the last one, and he's passed away. This man has passed away, but he had a song that reminded me of my cousin Robert Dell that passed away, and I can never stop listening to the song. It's called 2009. And the singer's name is Mac Miller. He's passed away since, but that song, 2009 is when my cousin died. So when he played that song the first time, I bawled my eyes out, because every last bit of it reminded me of my cousin, every last bit of it. And you know, you just don't see that these days anymore. You know, Oliver Anthony, God rest his soul as well. He's another one of the few people that's been coming out here lately that actually has heart in what they do and what they sang and stuff. Like everybody talks about the Jason Aldean song and stuff like that, but that, yeah, sure, the words are good, but it still feels fake, if that makes any sense. Like to me.
It does. And what I would recommend to people who think that there are only a couple of good examples is you got to dig deeper. When I worked for KCRS, that was one of my taglines. It was dig we must and dig I will, because you have to dig way below the things that are available on the surface. It's not the large label things. It's not the hot 100. It's none of that to find the heart and soul of rock and roll or any other genre. Independent labels back in the pre-digital era were the ways that you could find all of those things. That's the way a lot of larger bands would source some of their material. So I'll always have a couple of recommendations for you now that I have a good idea of some of the artists that you have an appreciation for. But trying to mash up Atreyu and rap is going to be just a little bit hard, but I got a couple out there for you. So always have an open mind, open ears. If it doesn't grab you at first, it might grow on you. Give stuff a chance. And always support local music. There's somebody out there at a coffee shop or at a nightclub or in a basement bar somewhere that is providing their heart and soul, and they're doing it, one night at a time, one song at a time, one club at a time, and reaching out to people one at a time. So grab all those ones, add them together, and it's a hell of a good thing to do.
Yeah, last year when I went and saw Black Label Society, Zach Wild's band, they had immediately playing before them was Blackstone Cherry, really good band live. And then before them, they had a couple of more lesser known bands that were just starting to get into the business. But the very first opening act that they had was a school teaching kids how to play rock music. I thought that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I actually help out the local version of Girls Rock. It's now an international sort of thing. And whether it be a week or a week long in the summer or a weekend, it gathers together school age women, and they go through a rock camp. And it's not just playing instruments, though. They can show up never having touched an instrument, and someone will take the time, put the instrument in their hand. Of course, at the conclusion, what they do is they have a concert sort of thing. But there are young women in my community that are learning how to do sound support, sound reinforcement, how to set up equipment, not just how to play an instrument and write a song, but all of those things brought together. It's an incredibly good organization. I'm going to go ahead and grab a link for them too. There are orgs like that out there all over the place. Again, support the small people. Small folks are putting it out there for sure. Let me look that up.
And that's the other thing. That's another one I forgot to mention was Tom McDonald, man. He doesn't sign with anybody. He's doing everything out of his mom and dad's house. Like, if you can get past the way he looks, because to actually see all the stuff that he has on his face and all the different tattoos and the piercings that he has, if you can get past that and just listen to the hurt and the emotions that he puts into his songs, it's man, I don't know how to word this. It's something that you just don't feel anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's mainly because, he doesn't have a record label. He doesn't have somebody tell him oh, well, you can't do this. You have to do it this way, and I think anybody that goes through that. So just like Oliver Anthony right now, he doesn't really have a record label. He doesn't have any contracts he signed, and he's turned away all kinds of contracts. So and that's the reason why he's so good. He doesn't have anybody limiting his artistic thought process. Has anybody limiting what he wants to sing, what he wants to do, what he wants to write, what he wants to say, what he wants to convey. And I think most people that don't have those contracts are the ones that are worth listening to.
Any of you guys watch the videos from Frog Leap Studio on YouTube?
Hang on a second. I got to say something about the guy Bubba was talking about. He does look like he kind of tripped and fell into a tackle box full of magic markers and stuff.
He does. He does.
My phone Malone.
If you get past
there, Rich.
All right. Yeah, Frog Leap Studios. If you guys haven't watched that, it's pretty cool. He takes 80s pop songs and stuff like that and turns it into metal songs. And then he takes metal songs and slows them down and turns them into acoustic and stuff. It's really good. He does all the instruments by himself and everything.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Every so often you'll have a guest musician. He lives over in Norway, I want to say. Really, really good musician.
Yeah, there are a couple of channels out there that I like that do mashups like that. The most recent one was a mashup of Black Sabbath and Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, that's Bill McCormick or McClintock, something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember it exactly either, but maybe I'll dig out the link for that channel as well. Yeah, music brings up so much stuff. I like it. I dig it.
Dang.
Yeah, but you can tell when you watch Frog Leap Studios, Leo, I can never pronounce his last name properly. He just looks like he's having fun making these goofy videos, playing these old songs as a metal song or as a acoustic song. I mean, he's done Journey. He's done some 80s new wave stuff. He's done Johnny Cash.
One of my
hey, can you guys hang on a second? I think Walter's needing to jump off here, buddy. I just want to tell you thank you so much for being on here. And why don't you go ahead and plug your channel and what you got coming up before you take off?
Okay. Hey, yeah, thanks once again for the invitation to come and participate. I always enjoy it. It's really kind of a thrill for me on Saturday night to interact with all the folks out there in the side chat. A great bunch of people over there, incidentally. There's a lot of websites that are handled by the folks over there in the side chat that sometimes don't get sung enough too, since we're talking about music. But so we appreciate all of you guys over there. As far as what I've got coming up, I've got Moldy Monday coming out. Don't forget to watch your YouTube channels at 5 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night for the Sandra, this one's for you videos. There'll be a bunch of them that'll all pop up at the same time. I've got one up there now. It's all scheduled and ready to go. I've got a couple of series that are going on my Rumble channel only and not to YouTube because they're all about casting and reloading. So if you go to rumble.com and type in Walter Bunning, all one word, you'll find me there. Or you can type in hashtag Moldy Monday, all one word. You'll find my channel over there also. So other than that, status quo, I'll get some shooting done this week. I need to get that Henry and 45 Colt and my single action army out and shoot that combo and do that last video with the Henrys and handgun series too. So maybe I can get that done this week. But we'll see you all at the next rodeo. It was a good one tonight. Good topics, Hillbilly. You come up with some really good ones that just light the fire, right? It was great.
Thank you, buddy.
So good night, everybody.
It's always great to have
Night,
you on
Walter.
here, Walter. I sure appreciate it, guy. Very
right.
much, guy. I really appreciate it. Guys, go over and check out Walter's channel on YouTube and Rumble and get subscribed. Thank you, buddy. You have a great weekend. Stay safe, buddy, with the earthquake warning out there, bud.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'm going to go out and make somebody's day better. How's that?
All right.
Okay.
What's
Good
your
night,
name?
folks.
Have a good one, Walter.
Later on.
Bye,
Stay
buddy.
safe.
The chessboard out there brings up another one. Postmodern jukebox. If you've never listened to that, they take music and turn it into like old jazz.
Hate
you would
Big
walk
band,
out the
swing.
bar.
hate
They
to cut
did,
you off, but I think Elliot's wanting to drop out too. So
Yeah.
Good to be here tonight, guys. I enjoyed it, Hillbilly. Appreciate the invite, man. It's always good to be with you guys. Good seeing you
to
all on
have
the
you
side
here,
chat.
buddy.
I've been painting parts and cleaning parts still on my motor out here in the garage, and I am loading some 9mm.
Cool.
Quite a few of them actually, and I may do some more dummy round loading if you know what I mean. This coming week. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Appreciate the invite, Hillbilly. Man, it's always great to be with you guys.
Well, good having you, Elliot. Appreciate you coming on. You guys go over and check out Elliot's channel and subscribe. Great content over there. And appreciate you, buddy. You have a great weekend.
You too. See you later, guys.
See you,
Right.
buddy.
have a good one, Elliot.
Have a good night,
You too, man. Bye-bye.
Later on.
Later.
But yeah, that the best one I think I've seen on Postmodern Jukebox, they did the Pinky and the Brain theme song, and they had the two guys who voiced Pinky and the Brain in the video playing bartenders, doing the Pinky and the Brain bit as they're being the bartenders in the bar. It was hilarious.
Oh, man. Oh. So, does anybody else have anything you want to say on music and stuff?
Oh, don't get me started because you know I could go all night, and we just rolled past 2 hours. Yeah, we just rolled past 2 hours, and I got a nap in this afternoon.
I just did a 4-hour football game, and now you want to go another 4 hours talking about music or something? What?
Yeah. We'll probably try to end this thing here in about 15 minutes, so we can finish, talking about some music a little bit more, and before we start wrapping things up. So you bet, DJ, go right ahead, bud.
Well, I'm trying to remember because I think it'd be cool to talk maybe about, because we do have a couple of musicians on the panel here, about maybe the first song we tried to learn. Like I remember when I wanted to be a rock and roll star, and I was like trying to figure out what song, and I actually started out trying to learn bass. So I got something in common there with Rich. And the first song I tried to learn was Black Sabbath Paranoid. And the reason, because it was so easy. I don't remember which note, I don't remember where I was fretting it, but if you look up the tablature for it, it's dun 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 dun, and then it changes dun 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 dun, and then it goes dun 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 dun. It's just a repetitive note over and over with a couple of changes in it. So in my 7th grade, in my bedroom in the 7th grade, I thought I was going to light world stages on fire, kind of thing. So Black Sabbath, that's the first song I tried to learn on any instrument. But Rich, bass player, what about you? It doesn't have to be bass. What song did you first try to tackle?
Bass. My brother got this guitar that had the amplifier built into it. And I had just We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll, which was Black Sabbath's greatest hits album. The first song I tried playing off of that was Black Sabbath, which was also the lead song off of the album Black Sabbath. That intro is so easy to play on guitar. It was really easy. It was just a couple of chords, and that was
Tim S.
Because if you listen to the intro, it's mostly the Church Bell in the Storm with Iommi's guitar behind it. And it's just a couple of chords, but that song, I think, is the best opening song on an album ever. Not only did it introduce us to that album, it introduced the world to the band. That song set the stage for what was coming from Black Sabbath in the future.
Yeah. I kind of like Tim S's deal out there, Smoke on the Water. I mean, bow, bow, bow. I mean, that's just, that's a classical one to learn to start out with.
Mr. Bob Dobalina out there's got a good one too. House of the Rising Sun, The Animals.
Oh yeah.
I have never mastered. Yeah, I've never mastered House of the Rising Sun. That pick pattern, if you look at the way he originally performed that, it's not the way that most instructors, most tablature books, websites tell you how to play it. That is an instantly recognizable song. And that tone, that single coil tone that you hear like coming through on that, it's a beautiful song to try and pick out. Yeah. And the whole Smoke, I had to grab a telly because I got guitar sitting around and open 3.5, open 3.75 for Smoke on the Water. That was probably the second one. So I'm glad you brought that comment up there, Hillbilly. Right on. So Pat, first song you ever tried to learn. What do you got, man? You want to be a rock star?
Well, actually the first song that I ever learned, which I picked it up really quick, was Green Day, When I Come Around. That one was really super easy, so it wasn't a big deal. But the next one I moved on to that was like super effing hard. But I don't know, when certain rhythms hit me, I can pick it up really quick. But it was Killing in the Name Of.
Wow.
And man, I picked that thing up so quick. Once I finally got my fingers and everything bent up and ready to go, I went to don't do 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 do, and man, that thing was like glass on that one. And that is a complicated freaking song, and I was like dun 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 dun. And I was just like, I was all over crawling on that bass. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But man, that thing was so fun to play live because, man, I could just rock that thing and just bend that fucking bass to whatever I wanted to fucking do with it. It was
right on.
Fun.
That's
Bubba, you got to put a quarter in the squirt jar.
Yeah. That's some excitement there, Pat. Remember the language thing going on. I feel you, man. It takes over that rock. But yeah, Rage Against the Machine. That's a great song to have picked up as the second one there. That's great. And Tom Morello, he's a hard act to follow on guitar for sure.
He is.
That guy with the momentary switch and several of the other things that he do, that man changed the sonic landscape for guitar in the late 80s and early 90s. Yeah, for sure.
That guy was a god.
I was never a Rage Against the Machine fan, but I love Tom Morello with Audioslave.
So Audioslave was a great band as well. And
Yeah,
he
good.
also performs as a solo artist as the Night Watchman. Now, that the politics of his Night Watchman persona might not be your particular cup of tea, but there are a couple of songs out there that really do speak to some things that firearms folks are interested in. So, kind of try to put the politics aside if you got an open ear, and give the Night Watchman a shot as well. Good stuff,
Yep.
Bubba. Like, I didn't even ask. Did you play an instrument?
So I used to play bass and I used to play guitar quite a bit when I was a kid. Since I've gotten thoracic outlet syndrome in my left arm, I can no longer really play because my arm will give out on me, and So
I bet Bubba sings like an angel.
I used to sing opera in high school. Oddly enough, I was the one weird redneck that liked to sing opera. Then again, I also listened to like 40 songs and 50 songs. So I mean, I was a rare breed even amongst my classmates. But the first song I learned to play on the bass, and everybody's going to say, "Why did you torture yourself?" The first song I learned to play on the bass was "Battery." That
Nice.
was the
Metallica.
first song, and then right after that, it was Tool "Schism."
Wow.
It's Schism is still. I don't care what anybody says. Schism is the best bass line ever. It's so recognizable. It's ridiculous. I don't really like any other Tool songs, but that song I've always loved.
Look at that, DJ.
That's one of the ones that I used to do too. And man, that bass line on that, for some reason, I don't know. I'm just like you, man. I love that fucking bass line on that.
And then
man, it is just
Pat, swear jar, buddy. Swear jar.
I'm out of quarters.
You're gonna break Bubba's wallet.
But as far as guitar is concerned, the first song I learned.
Pat's paying ahead here.
He's getting out. Yeah, he's like paying in advance. It's like every fiber.
But the first song I learned on the guitar was
I'll just throw them out.
Chessboard, that's a really cool guitar you found, buddy. I just want to shout you out, man. Any is awesome, man.
But it was the first song I learned on the guitar was oh my god, I just lost it again.
Bravado.
Jesus. Oh, Never Too Late was the first song I learned to play on the guitar. I was just getting started. I bought an acoustic or whatever. Still had my bass and stuff because I could play the bass line to it, but I couldn't play the guitar to it. And I was just like, well, I want to kind of fiddle around with it because I love that song. And sure enough, after about 2 or 3 days, just dun 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 dun. And then after that, it was Chapter 4 by Avenged Sevenfold.
And you do certainly jump around in your musical taste, Bubba. That's a big palette. That's a musical palette that is surprising.
I like a lot of stuff. I just do not like new country, and I do not like new rap. But
I agree.
if the person is good, okay, if the person is good, and I can actually feel the heart in it, I don't care what genre it is. If I could feel the heart in it, I don't care what genre it is. That's why I love blues. That's why I love jazz. You know, that sings to me. That's why I like old 40 songs and stuff like that, because there was heart in it. You know, if it doesn't have heart, I don't like it.
Talking about diversity in music, DJ. I would go to school one day wearing a Metallica Metal Up Your Ass t-shirt, and the next day I was wearing a Frank Sinatra Strangers in the Night t-shirt.
Right on. Yeah, our musical beauty is way more than skin deep. I mean, I'm not actually wearing a music shirt, but I think, previous weeks I've had basically tour shirts are my wardrobe, and I've had Sabbath t-shirts on. I had, all kinds of stuff already on this program. So, Hillbilly, we're kind of leaning towards you, man. What was the first song that you tried to pick up on?
Well, mine was fairly easy. of course, my parents, when I was young, they listened to rock and regular rock and roll too, but there's a lot of 50s and 60s type of music played too, and so I guess my first song was Hang On Sloopy, and once my uncle taught me that, and the reason he said, he goes, you learn these three here, and then like he'd show me, Hang On Sloopy, and then go right on into Wild Thing, Twist and Shout, so like all kind of the same deal, just different rhythm or whatever. And so those are like my very first ones, getting that down. And then probably Smoke on the Water, and then Skinner. But I worked really hard for quite a while when I got a little bit older doing the opening to Stairway to Heaven. And a buddy of mine he would do this. If somebody's sitting around playing the guitar or whatever, they're like, oh, you play? He'd pick up the guitar and he'd play it pretty good. He'd play Stairway to Heaven, the intro, and all that, and then he'd just hand the guitar back.
Yeah.
Play some more. Oh, no. That's literally the only song he can play. Not even a good guitar player.
That's great.
So I got a question asked to me. It's like, what is the difference in country music and rap today as it is in old days? There's no heart.
Yep.
There's no. It's all the same. It's all the same thing. Like rap and country have like fused together and like just bastardized it. And I'm not cussing when I say that. I'm saying it as a literal definition. So I'm not putting the quarter in the swear jar. But
and I totally agree with you, Bubba, on that. It's just like there's certain things that should not go together, and country has lost its identity until you go to Oliver Anthony, because man, when he recorded all that, when WV recorded that and everything, when he was out in the middle of his forest, out there, out in the middle of his property, out there, the way that all echoed and everything, that sounded like old 40s and 50s stuff right there. And I absolutely love it.
My buddy at work told me
real.
he sounds like the new David Allan Coe, is what he told me. He said he sounds like a new David Allan Coe. And I was just like, yeah, I can see it.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. Holy crap.
No, I figure that's what you were saying, Rick, but I figure I'll answer this question just before it comes up. But the first song I learned to sing in opera was Phantom of the Opera.
Nice.
Pretty much every last one of their songs for that particular opera. But my favorite one was the Phantoms of the Night or whatever was my favorite one.
Music of the Night. You ever hear Dee Snider's cover of that? He does a really good job with it.
Dee Snider, a Twisted Sister, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, ironically, if anybody's ever seen him, John Pinette, or Pinay, if anybody knows him or whatever by that last name, but he actually sung. He was amazing. All right, and a lot of the stuff that he did, a lot of the Brooklyn theater and stuff that he did. If you ever get a chance to see any of the recordings when they did do recordings for it and stuff, it will hit your heart so hard that you don't believe it's coming from him. Just to remember all the comedy stuffs that he's done and everything like that, to hear his vocal range and to hear the passion that he put into it. We truly lost a very valuable asset as far as entertainment is concerned when he passed away.
Agree.
Even though he made like jokes and stuff like that when he sang Phantom of the Opera stuff, it was absolutely enjoyable. Hillbilly dropped out, so I guess I gotta keep going for this. But he also did Chipmunks, and as silly as that was, he sung the Music of the Night or whatever in the Chipmunks voice, and it actually sounded good. Like,
Oh, yeah.
even though he was joking, he did like Alvin's voice or whatever, and that high pitched Wayne, and he said, "Listen to the Chipmunks of the night," and it actually sounded so good. Like,
I need a hula hoop.
yeah.
Oh, jeez, passing it
So
on it.
he says, like, and listen to the Chipmunks of the night. And he talking about vocal ranges and stuff like that. That was another one, man. That was another one that's just gone way too soon.
No doubt. My
Yeah.
favorite one when he would do the Chipmunk, like greatest hits routine in his stand up was when he'd do the Bob Marley Chipmunk. I'm just a buffalo chipmunk. That I was like, dreadlock chipmunk. Yeah, that always cracked me up. And I love musical comedians. Always have. Drawn to them, I mean, quite obviously, because of that. There's a lot of great stuff going out there in the chat. I'm going to have to go back and read it. I rarely have to go back and read a chat because it's so full of good stuff. But I want to recommend to folks out there. If there's something you see in the text chat that somebody recommends and you've never heard of it, go check it out after the show. You never know. Recommendations have brought so many bands, so many artists to me, so many sub-genres now that, everybody wants to pigeonhole something. We can't just call it rock and roll. There's about 800 different varieties. So variety being the spice of life, and having something sonically interesting on a regular basis is definitely one of those formulas for happiness. It really is. It's completeness in life that's unavailable in other areas.
Yeah, we were talking about Frog Leap earlier, and House of the Rising Sun. He does a really good cover of it on his channel. If you haven't seen the video for that, it's better than Five Finger Death Punch's cover.
Yeah, when you get something taken out of context like that, even if and especially, I think, I should correct myself, especially when it's something that's completely unexpected, when they shift it over and you realize that there are so many interpretations, not just of the music and its style, but of the lyrics. You take something out of its original context and put it in another musical form, and it can have a completely separate life. One of my favorites, I'm going to recommend this because we've been talking a little bit about country, a little bit about folk, a little bit about some hillbilly music. I hope he can make it back in. There's a band called The Gourds, spelled like it would be Gourds. They do a cover of Snoop Dogg. And when I first heard that, I laid on the floor laughing. So here you are with a mandolin, and he starts in, "There's all much drama in LBC," and with that accent, it's just it transcends the song. So that's a little bit of musical comedy, a little tongue-in-cheek kind of action, and definitely
I
check
love
out
that song. That song is fucking awesome.
check out Pat. That's another quarter to drop, Bubba.
Well, he did pay $5.
Okay.
He did
He put a 5. Yeah, he paid ahead. Remember,
Pat, you don't have to spend it all in one night, buddy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
stagger it.
The Gourds covering Gin and Juice is a really good tune. It'll make you smile.
Yes, it will, because
another comedian that used singing was Sean Collins. Sean Collins was another one. He was a British comedian, but he did a lot of stuff of like James Bond villains. Like, everybody has like great music when it comes to James Bond and stuff, but Bob Dylan would never write one, and he would go in to imitate Bob Dylan.
Yes, looking down the birth canal. Well, going down.
Talking about the blending of music. When I was in the high school jazz band playing bass, the rest of the band would be playing When the Saints Come Marching In. I'm playing Orion on the bass.
Wow.
Blending that with When the Saints Come Marching In, and it just blew the band director's mind. He's like, "What is that you are playing?" So I just happened to have my Master of Puppets cassette in my Walkman in my Levi's jacket pocket, the inside pocket. Pulled it out, walked over to his thing, put it in, was like, "This is what I'm playing." And he's like, "Wow, that is awesome."
Yeah, opening the eyes of others to things like that is a great gift. Music is a gift. Share it for sure.
He's like, "What band is that?" I was like, "That's Metallica." He's like, "That's Metallica?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's so melodic." I was like, "Yeah." Listen to a lot of their stuff. There's a lot of their stuff has a lot of melodic tones to it. There was a Juilliard graduated concert pianist named Scott P. Davis, if I remember right. He went and did an entire album covering Metallica stuff that he arranged for piano.
Mm-hmm. There's a I don't know if it's a quartet or a quintet string called Apocalyptica, and they adapt all the Metallica's like chamber music.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Yep.
There's lots of good stuff out there. I love
There is,
mashups.
yeah.
I love genre jumping for sure. Bubba, there's a message out there in the
I'm
text chat for you.
I'm not even verifying the speedo thing. No, not even gonna do it. Not even gonna do it, man. It's like Marvin, Alvin, and the Teddy. You just don't want to see it. Anyway, Metallica. Look, you know what? Let's actually get on that subject. Because Metallica, my favorite song by them will always be One.
Mm-hmm.
It will always be One, especially the video to One, because one, and using that as an example, one reason is the video had that very controversial movie in it, very, very controversial from like, it was like in the
Johnny Got His Gun.
early 50s movie, I believe.
Yep.
I think it was like 53, 54, something like that. And, you know, to hear that and to see those scenes from the movie or whatever, and then hear the song at the same time, it hit twice as hard, I believe. They were really, really intelligent when it came to demonstrating their was it side by sides of the song and what they were actually singing about. They had great power when it came to contrasting those things, and it was made the song so much better.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to catapult right off of you right there. The first song to be banned off of MTV, which I thought did a really awesome job of just what you were saying. Jeremy.
Yeah, Pearl Jam, Jeremy. Yeah, I knew he was going to go there.
Oh, man. That right there, it was like, oh no, we can't throw that. And everybody, guess what? It's real life, people.
So Jeremy spoken class.
Yes, Pearl Jam's best song is Black.
Yeah,
Black
Black, definitely.
They got a deep catalog. That was a watershed year. That was a huge year in music. It was. The death of metal, of popular hair metal, and the transcendence of grunge, and it spread out a whole bunch of stuff people haven't been listening to. There's a question out there for me. I haven't been paying too much attention, but wanted to know which Telecaster this was. It's a vintage modified custom 2. That's actually the name of it. It came out for a couple of years in the early in the mid 2000s. So just a quick, I wanted to let whoever know. And Hillbilly, you're back, son. You got your mic live? Woo!
Yeah, our internet, we don't have like fiber or anything available to us like to our houses or whatever. So our internet is literally, one of those little dish things pointing at a relay station, And
you have Elon.
Yeah. And so when it starts raining really hard or something like that, it just goes out kind of like a dish or DirecTV does, But anyway, hopefully one of these days we'll get some fiber around here, to run faster streaming service. But that's just what we got to deal with right now. So, but I did realize, I don't guess I had talked to Early Mutt Evans last week on the 1,000K subscriber party. Thanks a lot, Bubba, for like carrying that, the technical side of it.
Don't worry about it.
We had internet. I knew we had internet and all that, but I kept checking, and like the speed was we pay for like 50 or 60 speed or whatever. And anyway, it was doing like 6. And so that's why it's lagging so bad and everything. And so the guy come out, I guess, Monday and fixed it. But yeah.
Yeah.
The internet was doing a thing. Everybody's like hitting the gas pedal, but the e-brake's on.
She'll raise up, but she won't go very far.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I got to figure out what's going on. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot
No,
of people
good
have
analogy.
rough internet problems when it storms and stuff. So
Yeah.
Rick, my first metal album that I personally owned was Metallica's Kill 'Em All.
Yeah, he's like you saying out there to Woods, listening to Metallica when they were still on the underground. Yeah, now okay, it's a. I'm not even going to use the titles on those kind of things, but I didn't pick up on them until Ride the Lightning, and then doubling back a little bit and follow them straight through there. What a great band, and they've come up quite a bit in our conversation tonight. It's kind of surprising to hear so many Metallica fans out there. Yeah,
my older cousin turned me on to him. He went out to LA on vacation from school when he was in college, and he came back with 2 copies of the Master of Puppets. I mean, not the Master of Puppets, Kill 'Em All album. One for him, one for me.
Nice. What a great gift. Yeah, first Metallica show I saw was Kansas City on the Ride the Lightning tour, and saw him on Master of Puppets. Jumped over into the Justice tour, but then I let him go. There was a lot of other things I was doing at the time, had an appreciation, but I kind of stepped off at the Black Album as far as picking them up and listening to them all the way through. But still a great band, and surprised to see them have been so successful now for so many decades. It's a great testament to the work that they're doing.
Yeah, I got to see them on the Guns N' Roses Metallica tour at River Stadium in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the last 2 good songs they had were Saint Anger and then Some Kind of Monster. After that, they just kind of yeah. Although they did do an Unforgiven Part 3, that one was good. I did like that, but I always liked the Unforgiven.
Saint Anger wasn't very good.
Well, and
fellas,
I know that
did like it.
I mean, I encourage strong opinions about things, but one thing I try to remind myself of is often we cannot see the forest for the trees. We don't have another 20 years into the future to look back and say, that's where they changed this. This is why they did that sort of thing. So yeah, keeping that open ear, and like it is with Metallica, if they have an album that comes out in a year or 2 that makes me feel like those first ones did, I'm right back in the game. Otherwise, I just represent my interest of the time and encourage others to explore it for themselves, for sure. What were you saying, Rich?
I was going to say, going back to the blending of musics again, one of my favorite, if not my favorite Metallica album is S&M.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
There's just something about hard, heavy metal or hard rock and orchestra mixed together that I'm a sucker for.
No, that's good music. It really is. I mean, when they did that with that blend, it was man, it was something magical, and it was something different. Don't get me wrong.
My favorite. Go ahead. I was going to say my favorite version of Aerosmith's "Dream On" is from the 1991 MTV Music Video Awards, where they were playing it with the symphony conducted by Michael Kamen.
That was a good one too. So I'm in that weird phase for my generation because I mentioned Atreyu earlier, but also Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like that. I'm in that weird transition now where everybody's seeing Avenged Sevenfold and Atreyu as dad rock now, and it's kind of cutting me to the core, to be honest. It's like they came out with that song "Superhero" where Atreyu and A7X sung together, and the guy from The Almost and Under Oath was singing with them. And it was just an amazing song. But every comment I see, they're now dad rock. It's just like, what are you talking about, man? They're singing, yeah, sure, they're singing about their kids, but they're still heavy, man.
Well, another one that I like is the Zach Brown Band with Chris Cornell when they did "Heavy Is the Head That Wears the Crown." That's a great song.
And you mentioned Chris Cornell, and rest in peace. Was able to see him about 2 months before he passed, and check out his cover of the Prince authored, but Sinead O'Connor popularized it. "Nothing Compares to You." That will make you cry.
Oh, yep.
It's awesome.
I've listened to that several times, and man, Chris Cornell can turn anything into something. hands down. I mean, Chris Cornell he can turn nothing into something and make it a hit.
Oh,
That
man, he's got
man
my favorite. He did my favorite Bond song.
Which one's that?
The one from Casino Royale.
Oh, yep.
You Know My Name.
Yep. Man, that guy was so freaking talented.
Yeah,
That
he's
guy
one of my
had,
favorite vocalists ever.
oh man, a guitar shredder and a vocalist, and just what couldn't that guy do? I mean, literally, what couldn't that yodelay? Hee-hoo. Yeah, he could probably do that too.
You just
Garage
yodeled,
guy.
and the way that you did that made me think of Swiss Miss Instant Cocoa for whatever reason. Damn.
Hey, I had like Ricola going through my head at the.
Yeah, Garage
Nice.
Guy, great song, man. Kisses Unholy, love that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
Those
I
man,
saw
that,
them on the tour for that album on the Revenge tour.
that guy was just
Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
oh.
Jerry Rafferty, yeah, Baker Street, great song, great song, Rick.
Oh wow, haven't listened to that in a while either. Damn, good stuff.
Oh,
I love the way he
That's good
uses
stuff.
the sax like most other bands would use the guitar.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Anyway, all right. Well, y'all, I got to jump off. Stay safe, carry your weapon, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, Pat. Well, thanks a lot for being on, buddy. We sure appreciate you.
No, I had a great time, and Hillbilly, if you will forward me that address
Okay.
on the next one, because I've got a whole shipping container to put out. But no, awesome time. The whole panel and everybody, side chat, awesome. That's why I love hanging out with y'all, is because it is such a good time.
Well, we sure enjoy having you, buddy. So appreciate you. And guys, go over and check out Pat's channel if you've not, and get subscribed to him. Like good stuff over there, great content. And excuse me. And we just sure appreciate you, Pat, for being on tonight and last night and everything, buddy. And some great giveaways. Sure appreciate you a lot, bud.
All right, not a problem. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe and carry your weapon.
All right.
Later on, Pat.
Bye.
Good night, Pat.
Later.
Chessboard's out there. If anybody likes Pink Floyd, man, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon was the first album that I've owned on vinyl, 8-track, cassette, CD, and digital. In fact, it's the only one I've owned on all those formats. I love
Rich,
Pink Floyd.
there's a footnote about Dark Side of the Moon is within weeks of its release, it was in the top 100. It did not drop out from 1973 to 1988. My senior year, it dropped out of the top 100 for the first time in that long. That is an album that every generation can discover and think that they're the ones who like brought it to light, sort of thing. It's an album that it's one of the best rock albums of all time. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. You know who the producer was on it?
Don't remember.
Alan Parsons from the Alan Parsons Project.
Parsons Project. Mm-hmm. Parsons
He
did a
put
lot
the
of
Alan-
work.
Yeah, he wanted to do a sequel to the album with Pink Floyd. They turned him down. That's when he went out and put the Alan Parsons Project together and made the album himself.
Gotcha.
The first Alan Parsons Project album is an unofficial sequel to Dark Side of the Moon.
I didn't know that. I love learning new stuff. Thanks, Rich.
You ever watch Professor of Rock's channel?
I do.
He's got a series of interviews with Alan Parsons where he tells a story about it.
Cool. I'll check that out. Thanks.
Alan Parsons is a really good storyteller. He also worked on the Beatles' Abbey Road album when he was first getting into the music business. He worked as a junior engineer on that. Basically, he was the gopher. Go for this, go for that. You
know. Alrighty. Well, guys, we know it's getting late out there, so we're going to start wrapping this up. Hey, man, it's been a lot of fun. Just appreciate everybody. great panel, great side chat tonight. So anyway, let's go around the horn here and everybody plug your channel or somebody else's, whatever you got to say. So let's go ahead and start with you, DJ, and work our way around.
Right on. It was an exceptionally good time tonight. Always have a good time. Glad to have been here again tonight. Thanks, Hillbilly. Later on tonight on the DM Foss channel, there will be a live, and that's always a good time. Check him out. Also on Sunday in the evening, She Fires dropped into the text chat tonight. She's got a live that she's starting to do as a series, so check her out as well. I'll try to drop that link out there to her channel. But subscribe up over there. I hope that my buddy Guns and Barbecue decides to come back, and that would be Tuesday evenings. Stay tuned to see if the Almost Nightly Firearms Expo continues. And until I see everybody else again, be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. I'm out.
Man, always a pleasure having you on here, DJ. You guys go over and check out DJ and subscribe to his channel. Even though he don't have no content on there, or not much, hopefully he's going to get some soon, but he does so much for the community. I mean, just does an awesome job. And like he says, don't forget, we got DM Foss coming up next. So, you know, you ain't going to want to miss that either. And so, Rich, what do you got coming up, buddy?
Instead of plugging mine, I'm going to go down the route that DJ was just doing. I'm going to plug barbecue because on Tuesday, he is going to be doing an episode of his show with just him. He wants to explain to everybody what's going on with him and his channel. So he's just going to have him on there. So it'll be at the normal time for his show. So check that out.
Right on.
Cool.
Good to know.
All righty. Well, Rich, sure appreciate you being on tonight, buddy. You guys go over and check out Rich's channel. We got Unloaded Media, and he also has a wrestling channel too.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
Wrestling Unloaded would be the wrestling channel.
Oh, okay, yeah, and so make sure you go there, check those out, and get subscribed. And appreciate you being on tonight, Rich. Really appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good wind down after doing the football game and having Jason Stewart yelling in my ears all night.
Well. All righty, so Bubba, what you got coming up, buddy? You said you went to the range day. Was it last week? You did a range day, and so hopefully you got some footage coming up. And
yeah, got a couple videos coming out. Tested out the 40 Smith & Wesson Stoker, the STR 40. Tried it out. Yeah, not really that great, but not terrible. Especially for what the price point was for it, which I can't really say what it was, but it was under 300 truckers. And, for a 40 Smith & Wesson, that ain't too bad. Also did a bunch of shots with the Rossi over there. And sighted it in, did a bunch of shots, tested out a couple of different targets that I had sent to the channel. Self-healing target and a couple steel spinners, so we're going to make a video on that too. And the steel spinners didn't make it. They did not make it. They were said rated for 22 rimfire. Apparently they did not mean 22 mag. Long story short, there are craters on them, and
definitely not 350 Legend either.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be 350 Legend. I ain't even got a 350 Legend yet. I just got the brass because I wanted something to clean. Anyway, yeah. So got that coming up. Got Wednesday morning, of course. Got the good, the bad, and the Bubba. Going to be on. Going to be doing that around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Time. Excuse me. And what is it? 8 o'clock California time.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we're going to be doing that, just doing a little bitty wrap up for midweek for everybody's channels and stuff like that. That some people, because YouTube doesn't like to show everybody's content all the time for people who hit the notification bell, and they like to turn that off sometimes. So, I like to try to make that aware. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else planned. I feel weird about doing a video for CW, but it's if I do one, you'll understand why I feel weird about it. But other than that, stay safe, stay armed, stay 2A strong. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a fantastic week. Keep getting at it. That's all I got.
All right, Bubba. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. If you've not seen Bubba's channel, get over there, check it out, and subscribe. A lot of great content over there. And his Wednesday morning, the good, the bad, the Bubba. It's always fun. I enjoy watching it. It's a blast. So, anyway, I want to thank you all again for being on here tonight. Oh my goodness! As we wrap another Guns, Beer, and Therapy up, I just want to tell everybody I want to thank you so much, Hillbilly Nation, for being on here, supporting this channel, and we're just wanting to have some fun and just talk to each other and on different cases, different things, the guns, the cars, music, just whatever that we all have in common. And so that's what makes it fun, is we have a lot of stuff in common that sometimes we don't think about. And so anyway, I appreciate you all so much. And remember, God, family, and country, and make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll be seeing you all again. I love you, Hillbilly Nation. Everybody say goodbye.